Just missed it. But hold on a sec. There we go. All right. Just need to adjust the window. How things just yeah, the meme bar was in the way, or I guess the lack thereof, but still the actual, what would you call it? Not the meme bar itself, but the portion that lets me know I'm sharing and recording was in the way. So I need to move that, therefore. The whole meme bar itself, but that's kind of irrelevant. That's just, again, more technical admin issues that I need to get out of the way. So yeah, I guess but I guess yeah, with that out of the way, besides that, back to this, right? I don't want to take too much time because again, I want to get the entire side story done in this part. And by side story, I mean the entire of the second one, understanding, which is again between Sayori and Yuri. So between these two, and I guess the one thing I had to bring up though, and the one thing that I was thinking about was, again, and I think I even brought this up before I even played it, but if they're in chronological order or if they're just completely separate, right? Because we know in the previous one, and this was very interesting, or I thought this was fairly interesting, the pamphlet they dropped off to the one girl, presumably, or I guess obviously the girl was Yuri, right? So I think that's definitely something to where it's like, it could be chronological. This could be going based off of that, but it could also just be, again, entirely separate, right? So yeah, but I guess we won't know until we get into it. So yeah, I think let's just do that and then we'll answer as we go along. So, and again, I'm going to try and get both done this part, which is why I'm kind of moving quickly. So Clemmy is sorry after Jesus. The Clemmy is suddenly interrupted by a sound at the door, causing Monica and Sayori to turn their heads. So it literally is just a continuation. This literally picks up exactly where we left off. I didn't think it would be a direct continuation. I just figured it'd be like sequential in terms of chronology of events, whatever. But this is literally picking up right where the last one left off. The door opened halfway and then stops. The face peeks inside. Damn, I wonder who it is. Face that seems familiar. That face is familiar. Well, I guess only half the face. Damn, is someone gonna speak or what? Like, what's going on? Sayori's eyes widen, recognizing the girl. She very conspicuously mouths to Monica. It's her, it's the girl. It's true, the girl staying in the doorways, none other than the girl Sayori had come across reading alone in the classroom, and the one that they left the pamphlet for. I mean, how else would she have known gotten here? Also, now we have more music. Thanks to Monica leaving a flyer on her desk, it seems she's found her way into the club. Are you here for a Lurch Club by any chance? No, she's here to pick up a book she lost. Of course, you gave her the pamphlet. Am I in the wrong place? All she has to do is pull out the pamphlet. No, you're not. This is the Lurch Club. Please come inside. The girl that was like a half step, fully steps in the door, but continues standing against the wall, avoiding eye contact. Siri continues to fail, containing her excitement. It's happening. It's chill. It's not that big of a deal. They're not in the club yet. Like, you can't start celebrating prematurely. Thank you so much for coming. Sorry it's a little empty. I'm Monica and this is Siri, and we run the Lurch Club, even though it's just us so far, bud. What's your name, by the way? I'd like to join your club. Damn, didn't even answer the question. Already? Still didn't answer the question. Wait, really? Are you sure? I mean, I should be good enough. It's like, application rejected. Everyone's welcome here. You don't have to be good enough. Oh, do you want to see? We'd love to get to know you. The girl nods, sliding over to a nearby desk and gently sitting down. So what's your name? Yuri. I'm Sayori, and this is Monica. Sayori, I already don't worry about it. Like, don't worry about it. Just let it happen. It doesn't matter. Nice to meet you. Do you like fantasy? I guess like fantasy football, fantasy. No. Like the genre, of course. But again, like, because like this as a question, right? It leaves some room for interpretation. Because like some people, if they ask you this, they're for certain meaning like fantasy sports. But other people, like in this instance, it means clearly the genre. Referring to like literature, obviously in the context of a literature club. But we know neither of them actually read that. So that's like that's like something where they may say, or they may not even know what she's referring to, but like books, no, like Yuri looks at Monica. Fancy is cool. Yes, if you heard of Annabelle Dupont, I haven't even heard of them. I love how she just completely fucking ignores Sayori. And this one's supposed to be Yuri and Sayori, so I can't say I have. It's like, is that a pen name? Well, she's my favorite author. I have no idea who they are. I'm on her fifth book, and it's just, damn, how many books did she write? Yuri grins and presses her knuckles against her cheeks in joy. That's not what the sprite's doing. You can borrow my books, I wouldn't mind. How many do you... Oh, okay. You're really in for an incredible experience. Monica stammers, complete cough guard by Yuri taking control of the conversation. Don't worry about it. She glanced sideways at Sayori, silently asking for help. I'd love to. It sounds like you're really into them, so they must be great. I'm so happy I found this club. Oh, I'm stupid. I left all my art books in my locker. I should have brought them. How many do you have? I'll be right back. I'll go get them for you. It's like, damn. Like, you know how lockers are in schools, right? Like, you see, like, how the lockers are set up. Imagine that, and it's just books stacked all the way to the top. I have no doubt that's what Yuri's would look like. Because you really only have enough room for, like, just to, like, stack books, right? Like, or whatever you put in your locker, right? Like, I don't even, I only think I ever put, like, well, I guess it depends on like middle school versus high school, but high school, I only ever put my athletic bag in my locker because I just go grab that once school is over, right? And like that makes sense. Everything else I'd have in my book bag. But middle school, like that's kind of different because like you actually use your lockers, but that's like completely irrelevant to this. You probably only need to bring one for now. It's like the club meeting's only like 30 minutes, guy. So Yuri nervously says that, knowing herself the considerable heftiness of the book that Yuri sit down at her desk. It's like a fucking like thick, like 1,000-pager. Okay, I'll go get the first one. How many are there? Yuri exits the club room in a flash. Lee, Monk, and Sayori are silently exchanging glances. Oh my god, I wasn't prepared for this. How do I handle someone so intense? It's like I barely read, guy. It's like we have different levels of expertise in the club, right? I have like no experience with fantasy except maybe stuff they read when I was a kid, but that's probably like a joke compared to what she's into. Yeah, it's like I'm sure it'll be fine. Like Monica's worried, Sayori should be more worried. She's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. In fact, I think it's neat that we have different people who are into different kinds of literature, and that makes sense. Wait till we see Natsuki. It'll be fun to learn from each other. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, but what if this is her only interest? Doesn't it seem kind of like that? I mean, like referring to literature in general, that could be the case, but that's also something where if it's a similar situation to Sayori, like tailoring the club to her, like, you know, making the club an environment where she can benefit off of, and then you being a person that she can benefit off of as well regarding helping her own needs. It can be the same thing for Yuri, right? Like this, maybe she's the only thing she's into, right? And it seems like that's obviously the case. So that could be something where she can use this club to spring into other things, right? Monica, do you think you should be more optimistic? We have a new club member. There shouldn't be room for anything but being happy. Again, that's the mission statement, right? I'm excited to get to know her more, aren't you? Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for being so hasty. I just got really anxious all of a sudden. It's because you're afraid of not being able to take the lead. What the heck? It's kind of scary how you point things out like that. I just like learning what makes people happy or sad. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You'd probably be great helping Yuri feel comfortable here. Maybe you could take a break from helping with administrative stuff and just focus on spending time with her. Yeah, it's exactly what I want to do. And that's why this is a Yuri Sayori one. Besides, Sayori lowers her voice. I'm going to need all the time I can get. She taps her fingers against the darningly chunky book Yuri left sitting on the desk. Fortunate Markov. But yeah, it's literally like right afterwards, the door opens to reveal Yuri's return. I guarantee you she's carrying like 10 books. I'm back. Her breath is slightly heavy, which combined with her short time gone indicates she may have ran at least part of the way. Damn, how far is the locker? She makes her way back over to Sayori and sets the book down on her desk. Just Sayori feel the book Yuri brought for her is just about equal in size to the one on Yuri's desk. It's like, listen, well, there are probably a few things you should know before getting started on it. I can take an entire semester to read a shorter book. There are some things that are more explained in our books that take place in the same universe. So going over those would be going good to keep you from getting confused at the start. You've already lost me. So you were nervously interjects. Well, I was thinking that maybe today we could just get to know each other a little bit more. You know, like I think if we're gonna be reading together, then I'd like that. Our costume Monk smiles and nods at Sayori while Yuri isn't looking. Oh, okay. Yuri sits down, looks at her books, then glances across the room, showing no indication that she has anything more to add. So what made you decide you wanted to join the club? Well, I like reading, so I was really interested. She saw the pamphlet you put on our fucking desk and didn't like. I had no idea that someone's starting Literature Club. That's my fault since I haven't been paying attention to any of the club recruitment advertisements. I only found out because Yuri glanced over Monica. Monica came to my classroom, put the flyer on my desk without you noticing. Actual stealth. Suddenly, Yuri's face darkens and she shakes her head at herself. I was so stupid. I got nervous. I couldn't even look up, so she just walked out. It took me several days to just come here because I was afraid that Monica told everyone how inconsiderate I was, but I decided that was probably irrational. Wait, no, that was totally my fault. I felt so bad about interrupting you that I just like walked out. I was actually really hoping that you would come by. Yuri exhales in relief. I already seem to interpret things as worst possible scenario. And again, but there is philosophy or thought behind this though, right? to where it's like if you assume the worst case scenario, you won't be disappointed if it's anything better, like as if now. But obviously, the issue being if you never reach that point, right? If you're never gained the courage to actually show up to the club, then obviously that's an opportunity cost, right? It's something to where it's like you can have that outlook, but that's something to where you shouldn't let it control you, that kind of thing. Well, I was really nervous to come here for so many reasons too, such as there being too many people. There's only three. Not that I mind much, but I have a really hard time having to meet a large number of people at once. And you also need to think not many people are going to be in a large club, right? So it's actually amazing. It's just the two of you. I definitely came at the right time. Well, that makes me happy. I'm proud of you for working up the courage to come. Yuri smiles warmly to herself. I've never actually had the privilege of sharing my interests with others before. It's so hard to find artists who are in the same things I am, except online. And again, even then, it's not like you're fucking doing like book club reading like next to someone. It's more so like, forums, right, where you're discussing that stuff. So I thought the Literature Club would provide me a chance to do that. Because of other things are into, like genres. I don't know, just anything, even if it's not literature. And this is the part, like Sayori kind of needs to realize, like, if she's assuming that she's not into anything else, like this question's kind of baiting in terms of like getting her to say that, oh, I'm not really into anything else, right? Like, or coming up with like an excuse. Because I have been in similar situations in terms of like when I get really busy, like I really like, this is just like a more personal thing, but when I get busy, I tend to focus on that. But even like long-term stuff, so like it's something where like I can just focus on, like, obviously I'd take like breaks and stuff, but I won't if I'm like busy with, let's say, like school or academics, like anything else really. It doesn't even have to be like necessarily academic related, but if I get busy with something, it's like long term, so like let's say weeks on end or even like months, that'd be something where I could focus on that. And then obviously, again, like I said, I take breaks where I just chill, but I wouldn't do anything besides chill. I would basically focus on that one single task for that length of time, right? And then just chill outside. So during that period of time, people like notice and they're like, hey, what are you doing outside? And it's like, oh, like you have to come up with like something, right? It's not like, oh, I just chill, right? Because that's clearly, that means like you're not doing anything, right? And that's kind of the whole point. But obviously, if it's a case like this to where it's not even necessarily out of necessity, because for me, like that's just a necessity for some of the like stuff that I do, but for her it's more so like I wouldn't even call it a choice, but more so like out of interest, right? Like sort of like that's just what she's interested in, and her personality kind of complements that. So I guess it is kind of out of necessity, but necessity not for like physically needing to accomplish something, but necessity for like satisfying her sort of what would you call it, like mental needs or whatnot, or satisfying her mentality. I don't know. Oh, just things you would think of them. Sayori paused, the look of concern on her face. I guarantee you, Sayori's about to say some stupid shit and be like, okay, that's dumb. Now share what you got, right? How about I'll tell you about something I'm into, and then you can tell me about something you're into. Okay, there's that. Like, that works. I suppose that would be okay. Okay. Well, I'm pretty into like crafty things, like making cute little collages or decorating things, like cards or jewelry boxes. Damn, I'm not creative enough to do that. My room's always cluttered with random stuff because I keep buying things to make gifts for my friends, but they put off till the last minute. Friends, like plural. Damn, she has an R friend other than the MC. But I guess again, that's something to where like it is kind of interesting though. Like I'm really glad like they're doing this with the plus version. We're getting more insight into like these characters and their interactions from like not only prior to the club, but just again being outside the POV of the MC in general. So yeah, it's something kind of similar to. You sound quite creative. Not that much. Just to say you'd be surprised by how much you can do with scissors and glue and stuff. So I have to share something that I'm into now, right? Zero nods. Well, I guess I'm into nature. I love nature. I'm gonna start a nature club. Okay, damn. We do a fucking what's it called? Back to back, or it's like parallel like clubs. They're both like it's simultaneous. No, you're not. You're stuck here with me now. Am not. Oh yeah. Why hereby appoint you as vice president of the literature club? I mean, she was already the vice president, so it's like, there. Now you're stuck with me. Hey, don't give me your responsibilities. It's like, damn, I actually have to do shit now. Oh, I'm sorry, interrupted you. Go ahead. It's fine. You're paused. Feeling awkward. I haven't gotten cut off. I like going down to the woods of the park, just a place where you can walk and sit, not have any people around. And I kind of like, here's the thing. I would say I'm the same way. Granted, I don't have that much like nature stuff around me, but something where like I just like in general like to go on like walk and like and I talk about how like well, I mean, this is kind of talking to myself, but it's something where it's like it's really like therapeutic. Like you can take that time to reflect and reminisce and like kind of like sort of clear your mind, right? Like kind of like easier thoughts kind of deal. It's peaceful. Just nice to kind of remove myself from anything that matters. Let my racing mind operate autonomously for a while. Yeah, that's kind of like the same thing for me. When do you like to do that? It just depends on my mood. After school on the weekends, whenever I feel like I need it. Well, I feel like I would never have the time to do something like that. She needs it most of all. God damn. I find we have a lot more time than we think we do if you just don't let it slip through your fingers. And that's them. That is home. Because yeah, this is the last what's it called? My last true break. So it's the last time I'll be able to record. So it's kind of like, for me, granted, I didn't let it slip through my fingers. I made the most of it, but it's something where it's just like still it's an inevitable end, right? Let's see. With Monica chiming in every now and then. Monica intended to leave it to see her and focus on her work, but she found it difficult not to join in. But they knew at the end of the day it was upon them once more. Oh, it looks like we should be wrapping up for today. So are you two going to be starting the book next club meeting? That's the plan. I'm so excited. Zero beams, Zero collects her things. Once packed, Zero wordlessly waves to Sayori and Monica with a gentle smile. Bye. Zero exits. Sayori enthusiastically returns with farewell. Once again, Sayori and Monica are left in the club room. Sayori, you are a lifesaver. I didn't do anything. I just talked. Still. Besides, it really lifted my mood. It feels real nice when I can put my energy towards our people like that. She's really excited to be included, you know. It made me happy. Well, there's no doubt in my mind she'll have a great time here with you engaging her. How are you feeling about starting the book with her next meeting? Kind of scared, but I think she'll be happy as long as I'm trying my best. I think you'll do great. I'm surprised of a new club member. It seems like everyone has their spirits lifted. Something new to look forward to. And again, like Yuri, Sayori, and Monica all, right? All three. And our school day ends. Swan, your anxiety. Yuri makes her way to club room, expecting to be the last one to arrive. Okay, guarantee she's the first. She's probably like 30 minutes fucking early. But again, right? And this is actually from her POV, because before it was always from Sayori or Monica, but she opens the door. She's surprised to find that only Sayori's in the club room. Oh, not Monica? That's interesting. It's club time again. That's actually interesting. Monica isn't here for once. Monica went to Cure Lab, so it's just us say, oh, I guess that makes sense, right? You're silently nods, unable to make eye contact. I'm sorry about yesterday. Sayori tilts her head, unsure of exactly what you're talking about. Well, I mean, the way I got overly excited to share my books, and I had to stop me so we could talk first. Because that's something where it's like, it's something where like you would normally realize, but obviously she's not a normal person, right? That's something where like, that's something you can easily like look over. Like if you're taking things like too seriously, right? But that's, or like too, what would you call it? Too intensely, right? So not like gauging the environment, right? Gauging the people, knowing who you're dealing with. So realizing that like probably not the best to like crack open a 1,000-page book at the start of a fucking club like this. So it was so inconsiderate of me. I got too excited, forgot to think about everyone else in the club. So haha, you didn't do anything wrong. I thought it was cute how excited you were. Well, still, I think I changed my mind about the book. We don't have to read it, huh? Why? Because I know you're just humoring me anyway. In retrospect, it's rather obvious that nobody's truly interested. Well, I mean, you won't know until you try. If you like it so much, then it would be worth sharing. I've already decided I'll join the club, so you don't have to try so hard to entice me. That's not what I was doing. A moment of uncomfortable silence stretches between two of them. Damn, who's going to speak first? Well, the thing is, we don't even have any club activities yet. I mean, Monica and I have just been working on recruitment stuff mostly. So it just sounds like something fun that we could do together, reading your books, you know, like as a club activity. That would be okay, right? I'm being so resistant to this anyway. It's actually what I wanted in the first place, and you're being so nice about it. It's like she argued, like it came full cycle. I really don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry for being like this. You don't have to apologize. Just tell me if there's anything I can do to help you feel more comfortable here. Sayori pulls the desk up against Yuri's and sits next to her. Book and questions are on Yuri's desk. Peering over, Sayori reads the cover of the book. Dusk Bell. I have no idea what that means. Part 1 of the Everlast Saga. Jesus Christ. When you start to get into titles like this, that's when you know you're in fucking deep territory, right? It's Dusk Bell by Annabelle. How did she know that? Sorry, I'm right now. It's like, get it? Because it has the paper. Wait, what? Hold on. I should probably get some paper. Paper for what? We're reading the book. Is this some like, this is like some really intense fucking literature. Yuri grabs a sprawl notebook out of hers and tears out a few sheets of paper. Wait, how can we need paper? That's what I was like. I'm like, this is more intense than what I fucking do. Like, I barely read. It's useful to draw things out sometimes, like maps, timelines, family trees, or just for taking notes. That's more like, listen, I read it, and if it doesn't stick, it doesn't stick. I just look it up online, right? Like, this is like way more than whatever. Fucking like, Jesus Christ. Like this, I don't even do that for these. Well, actually, I can't lie. I do that for these games. I was about to say I don't even do that for these games, but I literally have a sheet of paper like keeping track of all the endings. So I can't even make fun of Yuri here, right? Yeah, like literally, like even when fucking I have the ones for true routes. So yeah, honestly, yeah, I can't even make fun of Yuri here because I literally do the same just for these games. Notes? I mean, it's like, you take notes? Yes, that's an effective strategy. It's like, I don't even take notes during fucking class. I'm sure it will be especially helpful for someone new to the genre. Sayori's joke flew completely overhead. The thing about it, she decides it's probably for her best that it did. Well, I'm not used to having company through this, but I'll try to help make it as accessible as possible. I trust you. You're like super smart. It's like, oh, please. Your child misses a compliment, but she can't hurt smile and like blush. She's like, please, I'm failing my classes. Is you can't generalize intelligence. I'm always smart in the things I have a lot of experience with. That's true, right? Like I have, if we're going based off knowledge of DDLC, then I'm smart, I'm intelligent, or at least, I don't know. Like that's kind of a completely irrelevant point, but it is like the topics you're smart in. Contrarily, I'm awful at anything involving real people. It should be evident from the 2 days I spent here so far. I mean, I can even say the same for myself, the fact that I'm doing this, but yeah, it's something where it's like, it's everyone else who comes off as smart. It's different types of intelligence, right? Especially you know, because Sayori knows how to deal with people. Sayori rubs her shoulders to get up against Yuri's. Okay. But that's something to where it's oh, all right, I see. It's shoulder singular, so it's like, you know, you're just like when you idle, like settle up next to someone, right? And like your shoulders are touching. You saw you're next to each other. I thought you was like in behind him, like, what the fuck is going on? But you're such a sweetheart when you're not being shy. Anyway, would you like to get started? Okay. To the minor diversion between the two of them. Between them, the two get back on track with their planned club activity. You're being Scotty or through the basics of the fantasy world the story takes place in. It's like, all right, so it's just some ground rules. You know, you have like fucking like I guarantee like you got, you know, you got the typical mana, you got health, right? Fucking yeah, you got what's it called? It was actually this, it was similar to the speech that fucking this different series, but Yaren gave in Insurgents, right? Regarding how you have the focus and the energy, right? The energy is, you know, obviously it's what says the energy. The focus is how you apply the energy, right? So that's like that whole speech, but that's like a very generalized version that you can kind of apply to probably most things. So the more Vegeta tales, the racism, actions, history, elements, and magic, the more questions Sayori seems to have. Damn, this is literally like real life. Despite Sayori's expectations, Yuri eloquently guides her through it in ways such that it's fun to follow along. It becomes evident that the world-building aspect of the story, not just story itself, is one that Yuri finds her passion leaning towards. So it's just literally like the creativity aspect. Well, not even necessarily, but just like sort of the creation aspect, right? So like, again, building the environment, building the setting, rather than, you know, the actual plot of the story itself. I hope people come up with this stuff. Damn, they just think of it on a one. It comes to them in a dream. It's like the exact opposite of the kind of writing that I do. It comes to them in a dream, and then they write it out. What kind of writing? Oh, like poetry and stuff like that. Things I write, just like putting down the feelings that come into my head, you know. But this is like, there must be so much planning and hard work. Here into poetry. I don't think there's an appendix. I think there's an appendix that includes some of the kingdom's written works like poetry and folk song. That's not what she was referring to. That's not what she was referring to, Yuri. But again, that's something where it's like, yeah, because that is like opposites. Like it was the whole thing how Yuri or Sayori told Monica just to keep the I'm idiot portion on the paper. It's like that's what you were feeling, right? That's what you wrote down. No way. There goes, filling Sayori's heart with happiness when she realizes it's the first time she heard Yuri laugh. It means Yuri must be having fun. And damn, this is exactly from Sayori's viewpoint, right? Like if others are happy, she's happy, which we know isn't the case. But again, for her, happiness isn't necessarily her own happiness, but making other people happy, right? Anyway, I think we can get started reading now if you're right. Okay, but I can't read very fast. That's fine. It's like I read slow. It's like I fucking read, like I don't read, I just watch. Patience is something I pride myself in. I see. Sayori jots Yuri's patient to her notes. Damn, too easy. Hey, that's for the book. I'm just kidding. But I'm kind of glad you're patient because I need that sometimes. A lot of times. Seriously, we know that MC's not patient. He's like the most fucking like non-patient person. But honestly, what's interesting, because we say that, but now if we remember the one email, it seems as though Monica created the MC. So Sayori wasn't even really like the MC didn't exist presumably until Monica created him. So it's like so he isn't even, presumably he may not even exist now. It may be something to where, yes, like Sayori, like if the MC doesn't exist, then Sayori never was friends with him, right? That's something where like, if he just doesn't exist, then he doesn't exist, right? So anyway, game best table of contents. Okay, chapter 1. When it becomes silence, the two of them begin to read, but the silence only lasts for a moment before Sayori speaks up again. What is vindicated? I don't even know what that means. This context, it means that he was proven innocent. Damn. It's okay to ask questions, right? Of course. Sayori turns the page. Are these footnotes? A lot of the dialogues, cultural references that require explanations to be understood. Jesus Christ. The two continue reading. It's like, damn, I'm barely following along. Yuri's relaxed expression remains unchanged. Meanwhile, Sayori's expression grows tense as she tries to make her way through a dense text. Up until now, their expressions have been reversed, but Sayori easily navigates social situations, and Yuri is struggling in them. Now it's the opposite, but the tables have turned. Wait, are you talking about the past right now or the present? Guarantee it's the future. It's like, actually, the future. Where? Right here. They're talking about the past. These paragraphs are describing a flashback that Barnas is having. Damn, get his ass to the present. But they didn't tell me that. It's implied from the context. Sayori rubs her temples. It's like, damn. The two of them continue with Sayori asking fewer questions. She begins to understand the value in the notes as she finds herself referring to them somewhat often and even adding to them. Jesus Christ, how much time has passed? But a reduction in questions comes from not from her getting used to reading, but rather from her fearing that she'll come across as stupid. Again, and this kind of ties in Sayori because it's like if she views herself as asking too many questions, burdening Yuri, right? Then that makes Yuri less happy, which she doesn't want. Again, that ties into her sort of outlook, viewpoint. At last, Sayori reached the end of the chapter. I think we can stop here for now. Thank God. Sayori takes a deep breath and closes what little of the book she's gone through so far. So what are your thoughts up to this point? Sayori tries to find words. It's like, damn, I'm gonna keep it real. I wasn't paying attention. Am I doing well so far? I'm not sure I understand. Well, I don't know. When it takes you so long to read and understand things, it makes you feel really dumb. But I really like how geez, I can't even read too. And this is like basic. It makes you want to keep going, keep doing your best. So I can see in the way that you do it. Relaxation, Yuri's expression fades. I see. Yuri quietly gathers her things. We can continue tomorrow, right? Yuri pauses and shakes her head. We can do something else tomorrow. Because again, this is something where I think Yuri's now starting to realize, and again, it keeps me want to keep going, do my best so I can see it the way that you do. And again, right, that's something where it's like, I really like how into it you get. So this is something where Yuri's realizing that, because there's one of two viewpoints, right, from Yuri's perspective. One viewpoint is that she's realizing that, okay, she's like burning Sayori by doing this activity, right? It's like she's literally like forcing Sayori to fucking read the book, right? When she can barely even follow along. And she's realizing that, right? The second thing is she doesn't want Sayori to end up like her. If she views Sayori like really is like on this pedestal, right? She views her as this like master of social interaction. She doesn't want to bring her down to her level through the book reading either. So I guess they kind of relate, but again, it's one of those two to where it's like, yeah, that's something where it's like, again, it really just comes down to, yeah, from Yuri's perspective, she's now realizing after that, ultimately it wasn't a good idea to follow through. So, and that's why she's saying this. So, but I'm sorry. Wait, sorry for what? I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't want to do the same. Well, that's all. I'm sorry that I made you. Yuri leaves. You weren't making me. So Yuri's left alone with her words. How did this happen? We're having fun just a second ago. Now Sayori's feeling bad again. Like it's just sort of like a downward spiral, like tumble, right? Like it's like a cycle where Sayori feels bad, Yuri feels bad, and then that leads to Sayori feeling bad again, right? So it's my fault. I said something stupid and hurt her. I should have just told her that I enjoyed it. And again, like they're both blaming themselves in this situation. Monica trusts me with this. It's the one thing I'm good at, and I still mess it up. But she doesn't want to come back. Drawn in guilt, Sayori stares blankly at our desk, spread with notes. The book sits next to him. Right. She wasn't coming back then. She wouldn't have left the book here, right? Unless she just forgot to take it with her. This is horrible. Was it really because she thought I wasn't enjoying our time together? Maybe she wasn't enjoying our time together because I'm not good enough. And again, that's why it's like now she's blaming herself. I probably let her down so much, but having trouble following along. Yeah, I'm sure if I was smart, she would have been having more fun. I need to do better for her. Is that the end of this? It is. Okay, we got more pictures. Which picture did we get? Oh, here's this, right? We need more of these, right? We got, damn, who the fuck is this? The faceless protagonist might look like if he was a real character. He may as well be faceless. What's it called? Provided in an email communication? What the fuck? Okay, I need to read that email. Hey, this kind of looks like the fucking chat MC. Like, it's actually kind of funny. He looks better in this, though, than the fucking how he normally looks. Like, I will just say that. But is that who they're referring to? Like, why do we have more? Okay, let's see who's going to be okay, where's the... Wait, provide an email communication? Oh, I think it's just referring to this, right? But I guess, I don't know. I think it's just referring to that, right? That's got to be what that's referring to, right? Yeah, provided in an email communication. So that's got to be, but then this actually looks kind of like, it literally just like he may as well be faceless, being entirely honest, right? But again, that's something where this actually kind of looks like the champs. He looks better in this than he did in the final version. So just saying. It looks like an actual Chad as opposed to what the MC normally looks like. Oh my god. But yeah, I guess obviously you can't have that again. Let's not waste time and go into part 2, right? Oh man, I can't wait for the Natsuki and Monica one. That's gonna be a shit show. Yeah, it goes Natsuki and Monica. Then we get Sayori Natsuki, then Yuri and Monica, then Yuri and Natsuki is the last one. This one's going to be interesting. And also presumably this is when Natsuki joins the club. But this is going to be interesting. Yuri and Natsuki. I think that's the one I look forward to the most. And then obviously the Monica and Sayori. But again, these three, they're going to be interesting though, regardless, right? I think it's interesting that after Natsuki and Monica, right? Or that Sayori and Yuri, then Natsuki and Monica. So I guess, yeah, let's do the side story. Damn, that took a bit to load. First time, Sayori's the first time in the club room. Damn, she's early. Anxiety coursed through her room relentlessly. Will Yuri show up today? So it's literally the next day. Sitting at a desk, she stamps her feet in an attempt to calm down. Why am I letting this affect me so much? Because we know it's something where it's like the anxiety and nervousness. Like once it gets you, right, you can't let it go. I'm doing everything I can to make Yuri happy, but my best wasn't good enough. But it was still my best. But I'm letting everyone down. I'm always just a disappointment. Sayori continues to wrestle with her self-deprecating thoughts. Every tiny noise causes her to lift her head in anticipation of Yuri's arrival. And that's like, minutes pass, nobody enters the club room, not Yuri or Monica. Now this is really probably when she's going to start blaming, okay, gosh, I'm so late. It's like, damn, get here early on time. Why not offer early if those are students with those work? It's like, damn, fuck them. No one cares about their work. It's such a pushover sometimes. Like, it's going to leave such a bad impression on new club members like Yuri if I'm not the first one here. Monica rounds the corner, approaching the club room, and she does so. Yuri, wow. Yuri jumps to sound Monica's voice. She's sitting outside the club room against the wall next door. Because now Yuri's thinking literally the exact same thing Sayori is. She just doesn't want to go and doesn't want that confrontation, right? So they're literally both blaming themselves in this situation. Embarrassed, she quickly closes the book she's reading and stands up. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry, I'm late. You didn't have to wait outside for me. The door to the club room is open. It's not. Yuri stammers, unable to explain herself. She peers inside the club room through the window and looks away. Actually, I was just wondering if I could help you today instead. Huh? Me with club publicity stuff? Yes, Monica's utterly confused. Why is Yuri asking this all of someone? She's so eager to spend time with Sayori before it. She needs to make the connection here that there was probably some misunderstanding between Sayori and Yuri. Monica looks into the club room herself, sees Sayori staying alone side. Okay, it's kind of a simple job, but I'd be happy for you to tag along. Me too. Monica's worried, but she finds it difficult to insert herself into whatever conflict that may have arisen. It's a little ironic. She realizes that she could have been so conflict avoidant after having been in the debate club. Okay, let's take a walk together. I just have to make no, but we know this isn't the move, right? Because now we know Sayori's just gonna she's gonna continue blaming herself in this situation. This is something where they need to resolve it like here and now, right? They need to it's such a small thing, but it's something where if they don't, then it could lead it could make it worse, right? And that's like if neither of them show up, then Sayori, we know she's just gonna immediately assume worst case scenario in this situation, right? That basically, oh, Yuri may have told Monica right now they both hate her, right? Something like that. You're nods and the two set off, and now we're back in the two walk in silence. Without Sayori, Monica finds it quite difficult to strike up a conversation. So, how's everything been going? Fine. That's good. Neither of them follow up with anything more. Monica tenses up at the stinted conversation. How the heck does Sayori do it? Sorry, didn't see you yesterday. Went straight to computer lab to work on the flyers. Sayori told me. What did you two end up doing yesterday? Just some reading. Oh, I'm glad. It's really starting to feel more like a literature club now. Yeah. It's kind of funny. I felt so intimidated first when I heard about the kind of reading you were into. But it's kind of stupid to me because I'm just intimidated by things I'm not good at. It's silly to assume that everyone else who comes to the club will just have the same interests as me. But it's cool that you're able to get Sayori into it. It's like the club is working. I'm really happy about that. But we know Yuri nor Sayori feels the same way. She's not into it. And again, this is what Yuri was saying, right? Because this is how she feels. And then we know they're each blaming themselves in this situation. Yuri's like, damn, I shouldn't have even tried to do that, right? How stupid of me. And then Sayori saying like, I should have just fucking said I enjoyed it, right? How stupid of me there. Huh? She's not doing it. I'm stupid for forcing her onto it. Yuri falls down again as if startled by thoughts. Can't figure out how to continue. Did something happen? Yuri sighs. No, it's just me. Yuri pauses. I'm thinking. The moment passes in silence and Yuri shakes her head. I shouldn't be complaining to you, Evolved, son. Don't be silly. I don't think you're complaining. I just want to make sure you feel welcome. If it's important to you, to that, then you can tell me anything. Well, I do feel welcome. Too welcome, I guess. It's not an issue with the club. It's an issue with me. So I feel wrong to inconvenience you with it. Monica pauses and thinks. Well, what if we put it this way? It's my job as president to understand the needs of the club members, right? We're going to have all kinds of people join this club, hopefully anyway. Learn about the diverse needs and interests of everyone. Help me come up with club activities that everyone can be happy with. Not just only some people. Of course, I need to be looking out for everyone. Otherwise, what kind of club would it be? I see. You look a little more relaxed. Similar to Monica, switching from the sympathetic approach to a pragmatic one was a good choice. Again, right? Because that is kind of because the issue at hand here, right? This isn't something where it's this isn't like the fucking Yuri or Natsuki, like their stupid fucking argument, right? In Act 1, where you need to pick a side, right? This is something where there is no sides. It's not whether Yuri's right or Sayori's right. It's just they're both wrong in this situation, right? It's something, but you need to take that and move forward, right? It's something where like you need to come up with something where it's like, yeah, they're not going to both blame themselves, right? It's something where you need to bring people together, not like sort of further, like sort of isolate them, right? But each individual truly has their own needs. Okay, here takes a deep breath. I'm a really weird and awkward person. I've accepted that about myself. I just don't know how to, I guess, connect with other people. How it's so easy for everyone else. I just make conversation about any arbitrary topic. I can talk for hours about things I'm into. Unfortunately, so much that I don't know when to stop. For anything else, I just have no idea what to say. So I understand that about myself. I'm just not good with people. I can't help it. So it feels like whenever I'm confronted with a new social situation, I'm either ignored or made fun of or taken pity on. So he falls into that third category. That's how fucking yeah, that's exactly how she views it. I mean, well, she said it, right? But it's something to where, like, again, it's something to where she feels bad because she feels she forced Sayori into that situation. Sayori just didn't fucking, what would you call it? She didn't want to again say no, right? That's something where she wanted Yuri to be able to enjoy herself in the club, like, because she felt like that would give her the most happiness. But ultimately, it led to this situation. She what? Hold on. So you're saying Sayori's taking pity on you? Yuri nods. I just want to be treated like a normal person. If you don't like me or you don't connect with my interests, then just tell me. I can accept that move on. Sayori's too nice to me. Stupid for not realizing that she would just go along with whatever I pushed her onto. Nobody deserves to put themselves through that kind of discomfort just because they pity some weirdo who doesn't know how to make friends. It's the worst feeling. I hate it. Yuri's sharp words cut through a tense air. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, two stopped short in the hallway, prioritizing the conversation over their original task. Damn, the people are fucking like looking. They're like, what the fuck is going on here? Makaze looks at Yuri. Yuri looks down with her fists clenched. I think you should tell her that. You can never say that to someone's face. It's pathetic. That's the issue. Like this is something where like, because the issue being, if you let this go on, it's worse than just confronting it right up, right? Like it'll only get worse from here on out. So Yuri's different. Making people happy is the most important thing to her. I'm sure that's all she's trying to do. So if you're able to explain to her what makes you happy, she'll do anything to make it happen. Again, because we now know that Monica now knows that, again, that about Sayori, right? That's ultimately what she's trying to do. So that's the problem. What kind of friendship is one person always trying to care to the other person's weird needs? And again, Yuri's even realizing it. That's not fair at all for Sayori. I'm sorry, I'm making myself sound something. No, I think I'm starting to understand. Monica hesitates to finish her thought out loud. Something that Sayori would be able to say better. Sayori is someone who will give anyone however much kindness they need in order to smile. But Yuri, who has difficulty accepting kindness, must be driving Sayori to be even more servant of kindness, further exasperating, right? Again, it's a cycle. It's a spiral, right? It's a self like perpetuating, keeps going that way. Neither person is to blame, but it's an issue that can't be resolved without them understanding each other better. Sayori wants to be your friend, I promise that. It's okay for different people have different needs. I mean, Sayori, she has her own needs too. But good friends work together and can be what they need for each other. You just have to be good communication and talk about it. I don't have good communication. Yuri stops and shakes her head. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. My head is just, it's so resistant to everything. I'm pushing such a kind person away from me because of it. Yuri pauses to think. So tired of this cycle I'm creating for myself. I think I'm afraid of people pushing me away that I just push them away first. How thoughtless and immature of me. Yuri takes a deep breath and exhales. I didn't mean for this to turn into a whole venting session. But I understand now. I just need to communicate with her. You're totally fine. Because I mean, that's why it's like, this is something where, but again, because both of them, and this isn't even just Yuri. Like it's both of them. They're both, again, blaming themselves here, right? They both feel as though they're at fault. But that's something where neither of them, not only do they both feel it's their fault, but they're also both assuming worst case scenario in terms of Yuri's assuming like, oh, I know I can't talk to her. I can't communicate with her anymore. And Yuri's probably thinking like, oh, none of them showed up right. She must have told Monica they both hate me, right? Something like that. But like this, and the only solution is for them to talk to each other and realize, oh, this is literally a non-issue. Like, let's just move on, right? So the club, remember, you're just helping the club make the club a better place for everyone. Yeah. Yuri falls down again. She looks like she wants to say something. See, this kind of critical thinking is something that I'm really bad at. You know about people, so thank you. Anytime. Monica smiles at Yuri. For just a moment, Yuri finds it in herself to meet Monica's gaze, returning a shy smile of her own. Damn, we end in, let me guess, they're back in the club. Please fucking go back to the club. I don't care about this interaction. Yuri and Monica finished replacing the old flyers with the new ones. More accurately, Monica did most of the work while Yuri followed along. But as the club once again draws near, so is Yuri's confrontation. I can't do this. Yes, you can. It'll be great. I guarantee either Sayori's asleep but here's the thing. I guarantee Sayori is just equally worried because she's like, oh, why isn't Monica here either? Like she would immediately assume worst case scenario in that situation. Never going to feel confident if I just have to do it. If I don't do it now, I never will. So Yuri starts towards the door, but then turns face Monica. You're not just going to wait outside, are you? I can take a walk. Want me to get you a coffee or something? Actually, I prefer tea. I like to make my own though, so please don't worry about it. Although I suppose that's one downside of reading here at the club. Rather than at home, I don't get to drink tea while reading. So I guess that has nothing to do with this. And this is presumably where Monica gets the fucking tea kettle, right? You know what you mentioned? I bet we could get permission to keep stuff for tea in the club room. You can use like an electric kettle to heat up water, right? Would that really be possible? I'll look into it. I think it would be great. Yuri smiles and nods at the thought. We'll be back in a bit. Good luck. Monica waves at Yuri and then turns around and departs the hallways. Yuri's smile fades once more. A moment of daydreaming about tea is enough to save her from the anxiety of the task lies before, but it must be done. And we know Sayori is probably equally as worried in this case scenario. Taking one more deep breath, Yuri timidly opens the clubroom door. We in Sayori's POV now? Yuri, wait, hold on, I'm not done yet. Sayori shuffles a bunch of papers around. You're staring, so words suddenly caught in her throat. At that moment, she realized how Sayori's been spending her afternoon. I wasn't expecting you to come today. Was she reading the book or writing poems? It's only one of the two options. So really hoping to make it all the way through the next chapter first. I got most of the way through it. And look, Sayori holds up a sheet of paper. It's page of notes, beautifully produced with indentations, categories, and even color coding. Because this is exactly, here's the thing. This is the exact kind of reaction Sayori would have. Because she would realize, because what she thinks is, oh, she's such an idiot for not saying she enjoys it, right? But she can double down on that and, like, again, try to get more of it done to be like, see, look, I enjoy this, right? I enjoy this. Even if she's still, again, faking it. That's something, because, again, if that's what's creates happiness for Yuri, then that's what she must do, right? As Yuri sees it, her expression shifts from anxiety to despair. And we go, because, and here's the thing, though, but we know, again, it's something where they're each, Yuri said herself, where that's taking pity, right? It's just keeps creating that cycle, that fucking a spiral, where now she's realizing she doesn't want Sayori to do this, right? She doesn't want her to go out of her way to do something she doesn't like just to, like, again, make Yuri feel happy, because she realized that she sees through the facade, at least, like, not the complete facade that Sayori's depressed and suicidal, but at least that surface level where she's pretending to enjoy the book, right? It's afraid you were again disappointing me, so I've been trying really hard. Stop. Yuri pressed her fist against her forehead. Please stop. I can't take this. Yuri. Sayori's voice quivers in shock after having received the exact opposite response she's expecting. But we know, because, again, it's just because they each have their issues, right? Yuri has her issues regarding, again, like, obviously that social interaction portion, right? Again, just her issues regarding expressing herself, right? Communicating, like she said. And Sayori has those issues regarding, again, like, her sort of, like, idealistic nature in terms, like, or I guess, no, that was how I was describing Monica. But even Sayori is still a bit idealistic in terms of making everyone happy. Like, her fixation on happiness and trying to make other people happy, even when they realize she's just doing it solely for that. I'm sorry. Sayori looks away and Gil. Did I do something wrong? I don't understand. So if I did something wrong, please tell me. Yuri shakes her head. No, it's me. I keep putting myself in these situations where people are afraid to treat me normally. If you don't like this kind of reading, it's okay. Please just tell me. I don't need to be treated differently just because I'm weird, but I don't treat you differently. I just want my friends to be happy. But again, we know that's exactly what she's doing, though. Like, Yuri realizes that people take pay on her. That's what she views Sayori's doing. So I thought that if we did something together that you really like, I don't want your pity. Why did I do that? But again, that's the truth, right? It's something where, like, Sayori, like, she can, like, this isn't even to insult Sayori, right? But that's something where, like, clearly, like, this isn't what she's into. So that's something where Yuri doesn't want her to go out of her way doing that just to help her, right? Damn, we kind of black. Yuri sinks to her knees. Her voice squeaks. I'm sorry. She's a gill and self-love and begins to stream down her face. This isn't how it was supposed to go. Why is it so hard just to articulate your thoughts? Why do you end up pushing everyone away from you? Yuri's mind pounds with internal accusations. She shuts her eyes, unable to face Sayori or the rest of the world. She should just leave, just escape from here. Poor Monica sees her like this. And before Sayori tells Monica what she did. And again, because this is probably how Sayori viewed it too. Like, she probably viewed Yuri, that's what I was saying. Like, with neither Sayori nor Monica entering the club, she probably viewed Yuri as having told Monica. And, like, it's like an inverse of that situation. Before Yuri could put any straight into her, like, she feels a warm pair of arms gently wrap around her from behind. Damn, and we get the custom CG here, right? The second one. It's okay. Damn, hold on. Here's the book. And we got the fucking purple fucking bookmark. The page is just on the floor. And the red book cover. We don't see an eye on it, though, so it's not fortunate one call. Damn. But this is we straight up in the corner of the fucking room. I guess I don't know. Nothing else to say about this. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Overcome by spirit. Yuri finds herself unable to protest or pull away from Sayori's kind gesture. Yuri's staff was breathing heavily through her clenched throat, trying with all her willpower to control herself. I understand. I understand the things that you are feeling in your heart different from the things you're trying to say. I know it must be what you're feeling right now. I promise I understand that. So I give you as much time as you need. When you're ready, just tell me your feelings and we'll talk about them together, okay? Mary stifles again, nods her head. She hears herself admit to compose her thoughts and speaks while steadying her voice. I think that I've gotten so used to people being weirded out by me. That feels like everyone was nice to me. It's just doing it out of pity. So horrible with people. So that makes me not want to believe that someone can actually like me for who I am. Yuri paused, but Sayori doesn't interrupt. Rather, she waits for you to continue. I got so excited when I joined the literature club. I thought that was finally my chance to make friends through my interests, because my interests are the only things I know how to talk about, all I have going for me. But then whenever I catch myself getting overly obsessed in front of other people, it feels like I'm making a fool of myself. I hate myself for it. Unfortunately, I just want to be treated like a normal person, but how am I supposed to expect that when I can't behave like one? I just want to learn how to get along with people and stop ruining things for myself. That's all. Yuri finishes the thoughts, feeling more steady after having gotten them out. Sierra, who can feel Yuri's breath rise and fall from beneath her arms, realizes that as well. Thank you for helping me understand you a little bit better. You know, you were so great helping me while we were reading, so I'll help you with the things that you need too. But I feel like it would just be frustrating for you with how much patience I require sometimes. Sounds kind of familiar. Can't stop worrying about that while we were reading. I was so afraid you would get frustrated with me, but I would never do that. I do my best to reassure you by mentioning how I have a lot of patience. Yeah, I know, but my irrational fears just won't be quiet sometimes. Sure, it's the same for you, right? And now they're realizing they're more similar than different. They're realizing they were both completely like misconstruing the situation in their heads, right? How they're basically like turning it into something that didn't need to be, right? That was that cycle spiraling effect, irrational fears. Well, you know, there's no way you can frustrate me because I already like you as the person you are. I know you say you have a hard time believing that, but I promise it's true. You don't have to be a social person for people to like you. I think you're really considering your own way, you know, worrying so much about people's feelings. We're all kind of weird. It's a literature club. But the best part is that we're all different and have different interests. Like about the book. I'm reading it because I want to. I promise that's what I really want. So we have a struggle, but try not to mistake that for me not enjoying it. I mean, we can never discover new things if we didn't try them first, right? I want to learn the reasons you love it so much. And in the end, if it's not for me, then I can say that. But I'll be glad that I tried to learn more about you. And again, try new things, new experiences. Plus, you're like super duper smart. I want that to rub off on me. Your fights back, smile at the comment. Already, the heavy atmosphere surrounding her seems to have evaporated through the cares of Sayori's arms. Bet Monica just like walks in the room. She's like, oh damn, fucking came in at the wrong time here. I always wanted long hair, but I was awful at taking care of it, so I cut all off. Actually, to be fair though, that makes complete sense, right? Something in terms of fucking because again, well, Natsuki obviously, because in I think which manga was it? I think in Summer Hope, I think in fucking what's it called? In Summer Hope, ultimately, her dad like because I keep bringing up Summer Hope because they portrayed the Natsuki's dad so well in that mod, right? To where because in every other mod, obviously, he's doing it just because he's either a deadbeat, like incompetent, or out of malicious intent, right? But in Summer Hope, it was something where he was doing it rather than he didn't want her to ultimately end up meeting the same fate as his wife. So he did like these specific things so that ultimately that wouldn't happen, right? So, and that included that making her unappealing or unattractive, which again is still wrong, but that's something to where it's like, yeah, obviously he views it as like a means to the end, right? To ensure her like survival. That again, she doesn't meet the same fate as his wife. But again, right, that's something where in this situation, like that could be the explanation for Nazis here. But in this, that makes complete sense for Sayori in terms of having her hair right like that, to where it's like, yeah, so because I mean, I have fucking short hair. Like I basically have a buzz cut going because it's like, yeah, like zero maintenance. So Yuri's tension relaxes. For one, she feels okay just listening rather than worrying so much about saying the right thing. Sayori, sensing Yuri's comfort, lets her rest. It must be so difficult for her to feel relaxed around our people. But Literature Club can make it happen, something that she deserves to experience. Again, this is what Sayori wants, right? Are we kind of black? Okay, we back up. Well then, based on my understanding, based on my understanding of your feelings, I suppose I wouldn't mind if we were to continue reading. That's all I wanted to hear. But we can stop at any time. If you truly don't like it, please be honest about it. I won't be offended. And again, now just like that, situation crisis averted, right? Again, that was something where they were both just maximizing or magnifying it in their heads when it really was just nothing. I'm not going to judge anything this early on, though. So we'll just see what happens. Oh, and it's not good to touch people without their consent first. It's like, yeah, don't fucking just fucking grab people. Like that's literally what you did with Monica. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Oh, you did. I mean, I suppose it was kind of nice. I was just saying. I'm back. Monica's like, ooh, damn, the line for the fucking tea was long. Monica's back. I haven't seen you like it all recently. Sierra trots over to Monica. Ah, She whispers loudly, can I hug you? Aha, sure, Sayori. It's like, no, get the fuck out of here. Sayori wraps her arms around Monica. Oh yeah, Yuri, it might be good for you to know. Sayori can be kind of a hug monster. Ah, well, it's not like she just experienced that. Hey, don't call me a monster. Artemis is a if he inherits the kingdom, they can spell disaster. And clearly that's referencing the fucking book. Monica's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Aha, Yuri laughs. Monica, perplexed, looks between the two of them and smiles. Well, I'm glad you've been enjoying your reading thus far. It's like our first real activity is the literature club. Ah, about that. Well, you've been so patient with exploring my interests. I think that'd be inconsiderate of me not to return the favor to you and learn the things that you like. Yes, you like poetry. And again, this is something to where, honestly, Monica probably feels a similar way about this kind of question than Yuri, where Yuri's like, oh, all I really have is my fucking literature, right? Or my fucking books, right? Monica's like, oh, she was probably like more so falls into my camp, which I was talking about earlier, where like she just all she really does is maintain her appearance image. She doesn't really have any of her own actual interest, right? Oh, why? What's going on? Okay, Yuri smiles. There we go. Oh, we done? Okay, yes, we done. Give me the fucking pictures, right? Here we got the Jesus Christ. What do all these say? Damn, let's see. Silly, awesome, yawny, optimistic, really fun. I can't think of a word, but that's spelled Sayori. Don't forget, ask Monica about this. Wait, what the fuck? All right, beach packing, swimsuit, sunscreen, bucket, towel, floaties. Damn, we never got a fucking beach episode. Be positive. Types of poems to try: haiku, sonnet, acrostic. I literally have no idea what these are. Homework, mathing, 1+1. Study for quiz, pack snacks. That's how is that related to homework? Sayori, with the fucking S. The fucking super S and then pancakes, cute. Let's see, shameless milk, eggs, sticky notes. Damn, because you were wasting all of them on this fucking wall. I want breakfast. It is the most important meal. There's a Monica one. I believe in you. Smile, sunshine, cookie. You can do it, right? Fucking cow plushie. Great job. Umbrella, right? Trash baskets. Damn, Natsuki's fucking beast. Toast, organized. Tic-tac-toe. Damn, who played X? Fucking dumbass. How'd you let them win in 3 moves? Yuri, trust yourself. Butterfly, to do, wake up, get ready, go. Wait, what? Wake up, get up. Okay. Fucking balloons, angry, not win this together. Wake up early, you're loved. Any secrets? Plan ahead. Yeah, remember, don't, stay positive, understanding, yada, yada, yada. Balance, just some random crap up top. So, yeah, I guess there's all that. But then again, did we get any new things? When did we get this? Oh, yeah, I already had that. My bad. Still need the, what's it called? 2 more poems, right? We got this. And again, presumably it's just, yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 more, but we only have 4 more side stories. So that's actually kind of interesting. So, because again, this one was from the first one, right? When Sayori was talking to, when she revealed, again, the truth of Monica, right? But presumably these 4, right? There may be some side stories where we get 2 from. Any extra stuff? Nope. All right. Let's see what this new mail's about. Is that person back from leave yet? Music. Don't go here. Don't go to settings. No one cares about settings. Music. Again, right? I'm just seeing all this new music. Let's see what this new mail is. OMG, bitch. I've Laster having a. This is literally the same person who's been asking about his leave. Why are you tightening it? Why are you putting in the subject line of an email? Look at the subject lines for the rest of these. Character discrepancy, side stories. Have a nice weekend. This fucking OMG, I've like, get the fuck out of here. Who's responsible for creating a Twitter account for Monica? I think it's hilarious. For God's sake, don't tell Paula. It would get 404 in a microsecond. Are you just relaying her tweets manually, or did you code some kind of pass-through layer to automate it? Based on the contents of the tweets, not screaming for help, I assume they're coming from the control simulation. So this is regarding the fucking, what's it called? Again, so the control simulation. Let's see, again. So not screaming for help, but that would be the non-controlled, right? That would be presumably where all the changes have come from, right? We still don't, like, again, the control simulation fucking, who knows what could be, right? Maybe it's side stories because they seem to be an intro. Maybe it's the fucking act 1, I don't know, whatever, right? Fucking, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm not a fucking expert at this crap. But like, who the fuck is Paula? They were on this email fucking thread. Like, and again, let's see, hold on. And then the control simulation. Like, so there's the control simulation and uncontrolled, right? And the uncontrolled is where all the changes are being done, right? Let's see. And then missing from like, and that's just what, the MC, right? Or like in terms of fucking, Yeah, that's where she'd fucking create the MC presumably, and then this is just again, this person just not what's going on with the fucking side stories, talking about fucking universes, right? So, but again, right, and then fucking what's it called? This is again the control simulation, right? It does say side story, and again, like talking about fucking Monica's elevated permissions, and then this one literally just being I'm leaving, right? But again, right, presumably again, as we do more and more side stories, right, we got 4 more. We'll get more and more emails. Obviously, I'm not too concerned about this stuff. I just want to see the side stories, right? Just being entirely honest. Files, game, any more internal crap? Nope. All right, characters, nothing new. Just because, yeah, I leave that to other people who actually like do that stuff. I would have to like dig through files, right? But me, I'd rather just play the damn game. So that's why I'm playing the side stories. But this besides that, yes, that's the second side story. What was it called? Understanding Down. So next one we have respect between Natsuki and Monica. And honestly, I can't wait for the one between Natsuki and Yuri. That's gonna be interesting. But I guess yeah, but for that, like, yeah, I don't really have anything else. So yep. Guess that's it for this one. See you in the next one.